back by popular demand, and now including dog Harper. Hello, everyone. Yeah. So this is Harper. We got her 4 days after I posted the last video in May. We got her on May 22nd. She was 8 weeks old. So she's, I don't know, older now. Haven't been around for a while. I don't know why. Just because I guess I didn't feel like doing it. And yeah, I don't have to answer to you. Who are you? You're nobody. Okay, but on today's video, why Lulu can't sleep. My experience going back to work, like on site. And then I have a problem with a certain restaurant. Not really restaurant, but we'll get to that later. So the other day though, I went to the mall because I needed new shoes. And I was walking around the mall and I saw this bookstore, and it wasn't just any bookstore, it was a foreign bookstore. And I was like, what? Never seen one of these. So I went inside, started looking around. They had books from China, Japan, Africa, France, Russia, like all these different places. Brazil, I think, was another one. So, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. All kinds of different places. And so I found the store owner, and I was like, hey, do you have that book on Donald Trump's policy with immigration? And the bookstore owner replies, fuck you! Get out and stay out! I go, yeah, that one. Do you have that one? I didn't really go to the bookstore. It was just an elaborate ruse for a joke. Okay, so, Lulu took a nap. I think it was last week or something, but Lulu doesn't take naps. It's very uncharacteristic of her. But she fell asleep, and I was like, oh, she's so cute. I'll just leave her sleeping. Bad mistake! Because she did not fall asleep that night. I mean, not for anything. And there was so many reasons why she was not going to sleep. I knew the reason was because she couldn't take a nap. So first I lay her down, and then I go in my room, and then I leave my room, and I peek in on her, just to look. And then I sit on the couch, and then I see her walk out, and she goes, why did you look in my room? I was like, I was just checking on you. Didn't need anything. So she goes back to bed. Then she gets up. I'm like, what are you doing up? She goes, I need some cold water. So she gets cold water out of the fridge. She goes back to sleep. Then, about 20 minutes goes by, and Lincoln starts going, Dada! 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 So I go in there, I'm like, what? He's like, ugh. So he was itching, so I gave him some Benadryl, but when I went in there, and I was like, what's wrong? And then suddenly I hear this little voice next to me go, what's wrong, Lincoln? Jesus Christ! How did you get there? She just like appeared from her room right next to me to see what was wrong with Lincoln. So I put her to bed again. And then she got up, I forget how many times this is now, and she's like, can I give Harper a hug before I go to bed again? I'm like, oh my gosh, kid, just go to sleep. I should have gave her some Benadryl. Why did I think of that? You didn't hear that. Anyway, first day back to work. So I went back to work, and nobody, I guess, okay, whoever is on Facebook knew I was going back to work because there was a post about me going back. But, so I go back to work, and I went to the cafeteria to get, some cream and sugar for coffee because, needed some coffee that morning. And I think I only saw about 3 people down there that knew me. I was like, hey, talk to them for a little bit. And then I go back to my office and my desk, which is not anywhere near the medical floors. Probably not even 10 minutes later, I get a call. Hey, Daniel, I heard you're back. Can you come to this meeting that we're going to have about one of your patients? He's being really difficult. And it's like, man, I was trying to keep a low profile, but I guess everybody knows I'm back. No, no rest for me. Just right back into it. But I mean, I was happy to help. I'm glad they called me to the meeting because it was good. Um, oh, and then on July 3rd, I should have brought my lunch and I didn't because there was like no workers for the cafeteria to make food. So I was like, oh, well, Subway's got that 2 footlongs for $10. I'll just go there because it's right up the street from the hospital. So I go up there and they have a sign on the door, and I'll read you the sign. It says, due to COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing, we are not, all capital, underlined, participating in the $5 footlong national discount offer. Why are you special, Subway in Lake St. Louis? You are not special. The entire nation is experiencing a COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing. Why are you opting out of the only real promotion that Subway has had in ever to get me to go in the doors to get a sandwich? So I didn't go in. I instead went to Hardee's and I spent $5 there and I got a meal. I don't know, that's just like rubbed me the wrong way. I think because it was like I was intentionally going there. You know, that was my destination. I knew what I wanted, and then it was just all bleh. So not gonna go there again. In with a quote. This one's thought-provoking, as most quotes should be. I don't know who's it by, it doesn't have an author. But it says, by listening to more than mere words, I can learn much more than mere words can teach. Stay safe!